Twende, Homa Bay County, the county of endless potential.
It was a very early morning, very chilly, but we were on time at the airport. Tukafika kutoa maviatu nini nini. Yeah, but we eventually got to Kisumu on time. Karibu dala. But now the idea was to go on road from Kisumu to Homa Bay. And what shocked me was that it was a market day. Na watu tu wako nje wakiuza bidhaa zao. Like there was a livestock market, kuna a vegetable market, na kuna wengine walikuwa wanauza manguo. The sun was all out. Na wako nje, imagine. Sanitation facilities zenye ziko ni zile za kulipwa. You can imagine all these people under the sun. But we eventually got there. I was really, really depressed to see that. But once I saw like the lake shores, was really breathtaking to see. So tukakapo tukakula kasamaki nini 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 nini, and then evening came, the sunset. Wow. And I really wondered, why can't we commercialize all this? But I was told that uko hivyo kwa shows kwenye unaona hizo mamchanga mchanga, the governor is actually trying to clear that, ndio watengeneze like some nice hotels, just to see that these amazing sceneries are commercialized.
Every year, billions are lost, but yet nothing changes. Everything remains constant and people just continue with their normal lives. I am Ngina, and on this channel, I break down counties, governance, and how public funds are used or misused so that you may know where your money goes. Twende Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County is currently headed by one Gladys Wanga, a woman of many firsts. She was the first Secretary General of the KU Students Association because that's where she did her master's and bachelor's degree in health management. She was also the first chairperson as a woman to hold the Finance and Planning Committee chairperson position. She was also the first woman rep in Homa Bay County between the year 2013 and 2022.
As the national chairman of the ODM party, I also want to make it very clear that this Homa Bay County and this entire region is an ODM zone. It is an ODM zone. And the next time I see what I saw at the funeral of Koyo, where my party leader is seated, and some people have come there shouting, Uda, we will not agree, we will not accept, it will not happen. It will not happen. It will not happen. Not under my watch as national chairman of the ODM party. This is an ODM zone. Na tutaki madarau. And you can see we are quiet. Unaweza ona simba nyeshewa, ukadhani ni paka. Hakuna paka hapa. Hakuna. Onge paka ka. One simbni.
But let's look at her executive budget and what she has been able to do. She pays some ghost workers, because these are people paid outside the IPPD, which is the official government payroll system. 204 employees. Wenye wanalipwa na Excel sheet ama counter book, and 8.1 million was processed manually. 6 million was taken to the Council of Governors. At this point, we want clarification on whether counties are the ones funding the Council of Governors. And if this is so, let us have regulations to monitor where this money goes after it reaches the Council of Governors, because this is illegal. 3 million was paid to a consultant to conduct an environmental impact assessment for the special economic zones. But this actually didn't happen because after the consultancy, there was no report of the impact assessment. So 3 million ikakunywa maji. Money that was paid to projects that still remain incomplete to date is 4.5 billion to a borehole. Kigoto maize plant fencing, the fencing, 5 million, still remains incomplete. Construction works that were not specified, 5 million. The governor's office, 12.4 million. And you wonder, where is the priority? We spend 12.4 million in only one financial year for construction works in a governor's office. Let's see what the county assembly is doing in Homa Bay County. These people are on a traveling spree. They spent 5.3 million in foreign travels, but they did not see it important to produce tickets. There were no boarding passes, but there were also no reports after the trip. So it's like they used the magic broom to travel to wherever they were traveling, but they paid the owner of the magic broom 5.3 million. Seven MCAs went to Uganda for a benchmarking trip, and they used 3 million. No reports, no accountability. So the person of Homa Bay County could have potentially lost 3 million. Late pay remittances, umekatwa pay kwa payslip yako, but because of late remittances, the person of Homa Bay will pay penalties amounting to 47 million. As if the trip in Uganda and the foreign trips that were unaccounted for were not enough. MCAs went to Kisumu for a meeting that would have easily been held at Homa Bay, and they spent 5 million. This is against the treasury rules, because 5 million would have been saved and gone into better use other than going to Kisumu for a meeting. They say they spent 4 million on an automated office block. Automated office block in a county where poverty levels are at 40%. They constructed an assembly office block at 67 million in a county where physical violence is at 55%. Like ukiona wamama wawili wakitembea Homa Bay County, the probability that one of them has gone through physical violence is 100%. Chai na mandazi pale kwa county assembly, money that was spent is 385 million. This is a county that has procurement scandals amounting to 348.9 million. They have a theft scandal involving the county assembly and the then clerk of 47 million, with the clerk taking home 24 million. Alafu hizo zingine wakagawana. 10.9 million was used in illegal salary case. Like they have double employment. County officials work on a double employment. And so 10.9 million was lost. Ni haki kweli? This is women leadership. I'm not saying that men leaders in this country are any better, but we would expect that a woman leader would do it better, because they are setting a pace. They're setting an example for younger girls and opening the space for them to be in positions of leadership tomorrow.